Okay, I think we're live on YouTube vertical here. Hold on, hold on. Yeah. Start streaming. Working. We're gonna find out. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Manhood. Can get going here. Fixing something real quick. Everybody stand by. Stand by. Okay. Let's see. All right. Good morning, everybody. My name's TJ. Stoked to be here. Manhood is what I would call like a daily. I'm calling it a daily devotional. That may be a confusing term for some people because essentially it's just studying the word. Also, I adjusted my camera to like a 4K capture thing, and now it's like all thin and wide, and I don't know how to fix that. So, somewhat frustrating, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It also like zoomed way in, like you can see I'm like all cropped. So I gotta figure that out. But today we're going to try. What I would like to do is make it to Godric the Grafted, if we can. We'll see. We will see. But this is just a time where I get wake up every morning naturally, even when I sleep late. Like yesterday, we played some Arc Raiders last night, and for me, late is not impressive at all. It was like 10, 15 p.m. was the latest that I stayed up, but it was still late for me. But I still woke up at 5 a.m. So I come over here, and instead of just playing games with myself, I go through a chapter of the Word and play games by myself anyway, because usually there's very few people here, but we'll see. Very few, if any. Okay, today we're attempting to make it to Godric. We'll see. I don't even remember where I died last time. It was up over here. Okay, first thing, we have our objectives for the day. Today's objective is talking about yesterday's commitments. A few things about what we committed yesterday. We did okay. I got to read a good amount with my wife, which was good. I feel like this seems crazy. The amount of guys that are right here. There we go. We're just going to keep parrying them over and over again. One of mine was to read and pray with my wife. We did that. The other was to... I didn't actually get to write at all yesterday, so we failed on that level. I've been transcribing the word daily, and yesterday was busy, and I also just didn't get it done. I did, however, eat a good amount of protein, and I kept generally well up until yesterday evening. We were watching the Duck game yesterday, which was good. Well, sorry, the Duck game itself wasn't good, but we had a good time hanging out together. So we were watching that. Sorry, distracted. That's probably one of my gratefulnesses is that I get to, my goodness, that wood doesn't even slow him down, huh? Okay, it slows down his arcs, though. There we go. Dude, we're going to be just a fiend. Whoops. Whoops. Got it. I keep losing track of my thought process, but we like these guys. What's happening? There we go. Okay. I did get my workout in, so that was good. But I did not. I did also record Hebrews 11, so we could listen to the recording of it. rather than me trying to read while I'm moving around on this map. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. This guy's holding his post no matter what. You guys see that? Ouch. Got him. Got him. Oh, I just realized this guy's good there. Can you pull it? It'd be cool if you could click the button. Remember in, what was the game? Which Dark Souls was that where you could use the ballistas? It was good. Okay. Gratefulness. Despite how horrible the game went yesterday, I enjoyed that we got to sit down and all watch it together. We're in a phase of life where my kids enjoy it with me. We actually had one of my friends who moved in down the hill from us come up with his kids and hang out, and that was a cool moment of just like, it's a unique, I guess, friendship realization moment, right? That we've got friends that live down the street that come up and hang out with us and just impromptu. So that was cool. And I'm stoked for, what's that? Is that this guy? You guys see that? Man, I'm getting good at that. Holy smokes. All right. Torch pole. Start using that. Did I give a third? Did I give a third? I don't even know if I'm going to clear this area down here real quick. Okay, here, let me do this. I'm going to stand by. Stand by. See if you guys can hear this. Oops.
Hebrews 11. Now faith is the assurance of things.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it. Okay, we're going to listen to that while we play, and I will give insight and feedback as we go along. Here we go.
The conviction of things not seen. For by it the people of old received their commendation. By faith we understand that Jesus was created of God, so that what is seen was not made out of things that are visible. By faith Abel offered to God a more acceptable sacrifice than Cain, through which he was commended as righteous, God commending him by accepting his gifts. And through faith, though he died, he still speaks. By faith Enoch was taken up so that he should not see death, and he was not found, because God had taken him. Now before he was taken, he was commended as having pleased God. And without faith it is impossible to please him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists, and that he rewards those who seek him. By faith, Noah, being warned by God concerning events as yet unseen, in reverent fear constructed an ark for the saving of his household. By this, he condemned the world and became an heir of the righteousness that comes by faith. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place that he was to receive as an inheritance. He went out, not knowing where he was going. By faith, he went to live in the land of promise, in a foreign land, living in tents with Isaac and Jacob, heirs with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city that has foundations, whose designer and builder is God. By faith, Sarah herself received power to conceive, even when she was past the age, since she considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore, from one man, and he as good as dead, were born descendants as many as the stars of heaven and as many as the innumerable grains of sand by the seashore.
Okay, one of the things I wanted to talk through there. So we've got the very beginning. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. It's interesting that the word gives us a very, very clear definition of this. Be wary of sniper. Where they come out. I'm recording on accident instead of pausing that. Whoops, hold on. Great. Now we lost our place down here. We're at 140. Okay. Hold on. Excuse me. So I think it's funny. I think it's interesting. Oh, that's what it was talking about. I think it's interesting that there are two aspects to this. So it is one, assurance, and two, conviction. Right? So it's more than just Is this? I thought for sure there was a path to get. Oh my goodness. Oh no. That was terrible. That was so bad. So assurance and conviction of things not seen, right? It's more than just like a American style hope, right? It's like this grand thing. Um, and then it goes into and it says, without faith, it is impossible to please Him, which I think generally makes sense. I think one thing that stands out to me about that is that for so long people were trying to just follow the rules that He had set. And I think the majority of them did not realize that the reality there is that it meant nothing, right? It was essentially just like, okay, great, now you've cleared away the dirt and the grime. I can look at you again. That doesn't actually mean I'm close to you, right? Like your sacrifices are not what I desire. These things are not what I'm looking forward to. What I want from you. I want something different. Struck me as we're rolling through. So, these guys go in here and get this thing. Boop. Prophecy. Ouch. Ouch. Deal up with it. Huh? Got him. See that? Boom. Anybody else? Get out of here. Alright, come on. Is the big guy? We're good. We saved ourselves. Give ourselves an extra half second. Okay. Okay. Well, we're stuck behind the painting now, and in a corner. We can't even move. Like, this is ridiculous. We got the painting though. All right. I also love how it sets aside here before there's even this major issue is that, hey, what is seen is made unto things that are not. What is seen was not made out of things that are visible, right? It's this idea that, like, hey, everything didn't come from nothing. That's not what's going on. The importance of the faith of a mother is huge in this. Sarah's faith brought about what God had intended to do. It also talks about just this consistent idea of looking forward. From one man, and him as good as dead, were born the descendants as many as the stars of heaven. It's cool. What's up, man? Oh, Rose. What's going on, dude? It's good to see you. Okay, let's keep going. These all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For people who speak thus make it clear that they are waiting for a homeland, and they have been thinking of the land from which, if they had been thinking of the land from which they had gone out, they would have had the opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country that is a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for He has prepared for them a city. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac. And he who had received the promises was in the act of offering up his only son, of whom it was said, through Isaac shall your offspring be named. He considered that God was able to even raise him from the dead, from which, figuratively speaking, He did. Oh, hold on. Going back out. Will this guy break this open, or do I have to get the... Can't get the stupid dog. I
It keeps switching focus. Oh my goodness, it's a struggle. All right, we're playing the recording again. It's not gonna work. You guys can listen to this. Here you go.
Died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For people who speak thus make it clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking of that land from which they had gone out, they would have had opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared them a city. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac. And he who had received the promises was in the act of offering up his only son, of whom it was said, "Through Isaac shall your offspring be named." He considered that God was able to raise him from the dead, from which, figuratively speaking, he did receive him back. By faith, Isaac invoked future blessings on Jacob and Esau. By faith, Jacob, when dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph, bowing in worship over the head of his staff. By faith, Joseph, at the end of his life, made mention of the exodus of the Israelites that gave direction concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hidden for 3 months by his parents because they saw that the child was beautiful and they were not afraid of the king's edict. By faith, Moses, when he was grown up, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to be mistreated with the people of God than to enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin. He considered the reproach of Christ greater wealth than the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking to a reward. By faith he left Egypt, not being afraid of the anger of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible.
Yeah, we have a clone going. I'm starting to record the word, so I'm writing I'm like transcribing, so writing each day, and then I'm also recording it, and so I'm doing the one for tomorrow, today, each day. But it makes it easier because then I don't have to try to read off of an iPad while I'm staring at a screen and attempting to continue to move through the game and not bore everyone to death. How do you get through here? Oh, got to go from the other side probably. Okay, I wanted to stop there though. One of the things that super struck me as I was reading this was the there's probably a lot more we need to talk through. What does this do? Let's go up or down. Up. Okay. So one of the things that struck me was the powerfulness of like the faith of parents. So it's talking through this like whole long procession, and there is like 1,000 things we could discuss through this. This is one of the, it's a massively impactful passage. This is we're in the Hall of Faith, which is, I thought that was a guy, which is just super important to remember that there's so much that we could go through, but. Stormcaller. Hey, that's what those guys are using against me. But what I find interesting is that while it's important for us to like train our kids up in the way they should go, of course, there's all sorts of stuff that we can do to encourage them and make sure that like we're disciplining. We are. They not attack me if I don't attack them. All right, hello. The most important thing we can do, if you look at this like Hall of Faith, everything that's consistent throughout is just that they had faith in God, right? Like our faith, like showcasing our faith to our kids and like just practicing it, right? Where does this take us? Oh, did I lose the camera? Hi. What? Hey. It was working great. See if that works. No signal. Oh, man. All right, here. Do this. Hold on. Now we're frozen. Now we're frozen. Okay, it's back. It's back. I gotta.
Oop, there you go. That's as good as it's gonna get. Good as it's gonna get. All right. Oh, but like the importance of like, man, like yeah, you can discipline your kids, you can try to do a good job, you can do all this stuff, but the most important thing that I can do for my kids is actually live out my faith and focus in on that. Like, let's do this. What is this area? Nothing. First off, bird. It feels like a total waste. Did I just waste like my time? Or is this actually something special? Literally nothing special. Well, I guess there's this. Okay. There's that. All right. Oh, and we're at the boss fight right now. Okay, sorry, I keep getting distracted. It's incredible to me though. Like I can discipline my kids, I can do all this stuff, I can try to lead them in the way they should go. But the most impressive thing that I see here is like this generational step through of like Abraham shows faith, and so his son also imitates and shows faith. Like the power of your children or the people around you, right? At some point, I hope you all have kids. It's great. You should do it for sure. But the power of like you showcasing your faith and not just saying things, but truly like living that out is so powerful, and it creates this legacy that lives on, right? That is like just super powerful. It's not about my perfection or my goodness. Like these guys made tons of mistakes, but it's simply about like I am actually faithful to God. I am actually listening and following God. I mean, Abraham literally went to sacrifice his son, and then it talks about the faith of that son that he like. Can you imagine that? Like you being taken up the mountain, and then you find out that he was planning to kill you the whole time. It's crazy, and like the faith that he must have had too.
Dragon, thou art a true born heir. Lend me
Here we
thy
go.
strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights.
His fingers.
Well,
Left it and stuff.
lowly tarnished, plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
All right, let's see what we can do here. We're gonna try to do it solo, see how it goes. Okay. Right. Okay, that wasn't too bad. 1, 2. Okay, that's just a 2-hit. Nope. Okay, that's alright. Just a lady. Oh, not doing well there. Wonder if you could parry that hand. Missed. Two, three. Oh, what a delay. Holy smokes. Okay. Oh, whoops. Didn't do that good. Oh, okay. There we go. Roll out. Good there. Okay. What if I could roll into that? Maybe I just need to jump over it. Probably just need to swing once when those opportunities arrive. Like
It's that delayed one that throws me off every time. Oh man. Does he transition at halfway through? Okay, that is. Oh, roll out. I'll just stand there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Oh, there's more than 4. Okay, that let me hit him a lot. Cut it off. Cut it off. You get it.
Truest of dragons. Lend me thy strength.
So he sullied himself, because I don't think you're supposed to do the Dragon Communion, are you? Or the Golden Order?
Forefathers, one and all! Bear witness!
Scary. Oh, and those jellyfish room. Here we go. See that roll out of there? It was perfect. Oh no. What they got any heals? No heals. Shoot him, jellyfish. Okay. Oh, he's still going for me. Oh, what? Oh, I thought I went through that. Alright. Let's finish off this. About 10 minutes here.
By faith, he kept the Passover and sprinkled the blood so that the destroyer of the firstborn might not touch them. By faith, the people crossed the Red Sea as on dry land, but the Egyptians, when they attempted to do the same, were drowned. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they had been encircled for 7 days. By faith, Rahab the prostitute did not perish with those who were disobedient, because she had given a friendly welcome to the spies. And what more shall I say? For time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, and Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, enforced justice, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the power of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, were made strong out of weakness, and became mighty in war, put foreign armies to flight. Women received back their dead by resurrection. Some were tortured, refusing to accept the beliefs that they would rise again to a better life. Others suffered mocking and flogging and even chains of imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn in two, they were killed with the sword. They went about in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, mistreated, of whom the world was not worthy, wandering about in the deserts and mountains, in dens and caves of the earth. All these, though commended for their faith, did not receive what was promised, since God had provided something better for us. Apart from us, they should not be.
Oh, that's the first time he's used that. That's crazy. Alright, I need to drink up. Oh, look at that. I jumped over it. Okay, that's what we need to do, is just jump that one. Hold on. Bleed. Got the bleed. Ouch. Oh, I didn't know that it damaged me. Okay. What I also find interesting about this, so while he's in transition here, we've got this story of, once again, like, it's not leaning into who did the best. I mean, you got like a prostitute that is living within the Hall of Faith, right? This trust and belief in God is the... Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I was stuck in the midst of it. Hold on. You got Rahab, who took these guys in. Okay, all right. Do I have to stay close so that he does the jumping attack instead? Because that's way easier. Sorry, so we were talking about Rahab. So she took these spies in and protected them. And that was an act of faith, right? In defiance of what she should have, or, you know, what theoretically she should have done. And it had nothing to do with the character of this woman, who she was, what she should have been doing. Look at that. 2, 3, go in, stay close. Good, see that? Worked out that time. One. Swing the arm. Swing it again. Here we go. Oh, that one is so delayed. Rose, if you're here, what's going on in your life, dude? What's new? Oh my goodness, that was terrible. Should call in that jellyfish earlier. Good thing. Should I do that? I think I should be able to win this, though, pretty easy. The other thing that struck me is that when you read this, it talks about Moses. By faith, Moses, when he was growing up, refused to be called Pharaoh's. And then he said he considered the reproach of Christ to greater wealth than... Okay, roll over here. Good. Got that. Did you see that roll? It was perfectly timed. So it talks about Moses being like, hey, the reproach of Christ, who's not coming for hundreds of years, right? Minimum hundreds? I don't know what the... Alright, let's get it in. Come on. Oh, we didn't get them all in. In the process of buying a house. Man, alright. Solicitors and estate agents are closed. So have you found a house, or are you looking for one? Sounds like you may have found one. Solicitors, and maybe not, because you got solicitors and estate agents. I don't know how it works over there across the pond. Okay, I gotta start skipping this thing. Alright, let's get in there. That worked out, look at that. Oh, was not looking at him. Okay. Oh, I still have 5 heals. Just needed to call that jellyfish in sooner. Roll in. Alright, I hope it killed it. You got him. Great job, everybody. There's only one Lord.
And one day, we'll return together to our home.
This does, for me,
Rays of gold
it's established something, and got a great room. It's established an expectation in my mind, and I think that there's an element of bring the fun. Who is we? Are you married? I think you have told me you were. Possible completion date of February 19th. That's cool, man. Super awesome. Let's do. Excuse me. Oh, the importance of faith, though. So nice, awesome. I'm married too. I think we did talk about this at one point, though. I think you had said no kids yet. Aren't you younger? You're a little younger. How long have you been married? Nothing over. This is a waste of time. Gotta go over here. Also, I think I need to go back and climb the throne room here. Crazy. What does this say? Stuck. I'm stuck. Second anniversary. It's cool, dude. It's awesome. We are headed toward, I mean, we're not that close to it. We've got quite a bit of time, but we'll be going toward our anniversary. And my wife's going to have a baby here in a week. The day after next. We're having our fifth. Second daughter, fifth child. It'll be great. I thought there was like people in here that we could talk to. But maybe not. Oh, but I was talking about, sorry, I'm getting all distracted and stuff. I was talking about how like what stood out to me is the fact that don't swing it. Grapes are eyes, everybody. Grapes are eyes. Oh yeah, we're in here. It. We did beat Godric on the day that we wanted to. Good. I got 5 minutes. Need to talk about commitments for today. Is that the girl who wants the grapes? Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, the importance. So, like faith as a concept. This is silly, and of course, January 19th marked on my calendar. Yeah, that's the date. That's when she's going in. We actually had to go into the hospital. She's had to have C-section, so she can't. If she goes into labor, they have to do an emergency C-section because it's like apparently dangerous. I don't know much about that, but we had to end up going in because she went into some weird false labor this last weekend. But she's been fine since then.
My name is, if I might be so, would you donate any? My eyesight has, but when I eat, it will lead me.
Okay, yes, let's give you one. Here you go.
Now I can feel you are most kind. May the blessing of the...
Here you go.
You are most kind. May the blessing of...
Okay, all right. Let's see. It's not important. She doesn't have anything else to say. Okay. The importance of faith, though. So, in our culture, well, in my culture, I know that y'all are across the sea. Can confirm it works. Well, we have 4 so far, so it's worked up to this point. I can confirm that as well. But what struck me is like we have this tendency, at least in the American culture I'm in, to I guess the way I would phrase it is like get caught up in this mindset of like our performance or our like good deeds, our works become too utterly important to us And I think what I'm struck by is the works that it's talked about here is, I'm going to see if I can attack from the, open that. The works that it talks about here are all works of faith, right? It is first believing God and then going and doing something, right? I don't know if I can do it. Is there a cover in here? Or? Can't do that. Go to the left side chamber and run down. But I think we can get caught up being like, well, I should be better than I am, or I should be this, or I should look like this, or why haven't I figured out like what I need to be the person that I need to be? And I think the more that I think about it, the more that it's like, hey, like, we need to just have faith in God. Like, this is a strong bird. Holy smokes. You know, that bird was crazy. I like these birds. I just wanted to talk to that one girl. Her? What's her name? Boralu's daughter or whatever. Come here. I'm not a fan of these guys. Can't even hit him. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Works are important, but Roman Catholics have made it a salvific issue, which has bled into American culture over time, which is interesting to see because both the UK and the US have been historically Protestant, but RCs are rising with Roman Catholicism becoming popular online. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, works out of faith, I think, are absolutely imperative. What I do find interesting, though, is this concept, and maybe it's not work. Maybe that's the issue. Is it's not works. It is like performance. So I think what I mean there is like the difference between she's not here. I don't know how this game works. I feel like I mess up half the quest lines. I don't actually understand how any of it. Like, it was probably like I had to talk to her before I went and fought that guy, and I didn't do that, so now we're toast, and this whole thing's broken. But we got a golden seed, so okay. I'm out of time. Oh, but what I was saying before I go, work, like I'm not arguing that works have no importance. I think works out of faith, like James tells us, that's like faith without works is dead. But there is this concept of like, I've got to stop sinning, and like this like misalignment of, don't get me wrong, we do need to stop sinning. That sounds, this is a confusing thing to talk about because I watch all these young guys that I'm like interacting with, that I'm trying to do my best to like kind of mentor. And they'll get so caught up at like what I call navel gazing, or like looking at themselves and being just consumed with, why am I not better than I like am right now, and why don't I have this all figured out, and like, am I even saved? And it's not doing us any good because they're not actually turning around and doing works out of faith, right? That would be like actually sharing the gospel, actually loving our neighbor, actually doing something of value. And it really has struck me how we'll get caught up in all these like misattributed, like, and I'm gonna have to roll through this area or just maybe just blaze through it. Keep going, don't slow down. They're not gonna get me. Dodged it. I want to go this way, but this lion's gonna come attack me. You can figure out kind of the general like motion of their. He stays outside. Look at that. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Jesus telling the Pharisees they do the works of the law. Oh, here we go. Let me grab this thing so I can read it. Hold on. They do the works of the law without the spirit of the law, basically saying they're putting on a performance and doing the motions. The Sabbath was made for man, not the man for Sabbath. Yeah, so like that's an incredible way to phrase that. I think I generally agree. I think that most Christians though would like argue that no, they're not doing that. But the problem comes when they get caught up in like this mindset of I need to be getting better and better. Like I have to prove out that I'm actually saved. And at this point I don't even know if I am. And so it struck me recently, like on Sunday, the guy who was preaching at our church, he was talking through the parable of the seeds being scattered along the ground. So like that some get scattered on the path and they don't grow, some get scattered along the rocks, some get scattered along the thorns, and then some get scattered on good soil and they produce a crop and they actually grow and they bear fruit. Now, what I found interesting was that like the conversation was all about how oh man, I just got through that. It was all about Christians having their hearts in a similar like we need us needing to watch where our hearts are at. Like that was bad. Can I call in a oh he went down this time. Oh, they're fighting each other. And I've always read that as like this is well that was not good. Here. There we go. I've always read that as like this is uh-oh. Hold on. Drink. Rolled through that one. This is those who oh, the guy is shooting. Okay, that's what's going on. I was like, what is happening? So it's for those who are sharing the word, or like the word being shared. Like, what are the things you're going to see, right? And like, we as believers are the good soil. God is doing a work in us. And to me, it's like important that it's important that like we see the difference. There's like if you see the Spirit at work in your life, you have the fruit of the Spirit in your life, you are good soil. And it's not that I don't think there's good learnings from like, hey, make sure that your heart isn't, kind of consumed with rocks or with any of this other stuff, and make sure that it's clear and make sure that it's like true and like that you're open to hearing rebuke, you're open to hearing this stuff. But what I think I get concerned about is with a lot of these people who are confused about like where their heart is at. It's like, are we not putting them in a position of like questioning their own salvation? If they're like sitting there and be like, oh, so my heart can still be rocky, my heart could still be the pathway, like I could lose my salvation, because it literally talks about like when Jesus is explaining the parable that like those who are on the path, like Satan comes and steals it, and so they won't be saved. And so there's just some things that are like concerning to me about like what this is all about is like it's faith in Christ, it's assurance and conviction of who Christ is and what he brought about, right? That is what all this is. And we should be acting out of that, not acting out of like some element of fear or concern over what's going on in our lives, like, or what's not going on, what we're not doing well, or what we're doing poorly. So that's just been something. It's Saturday, so I'm not making a lot of commitments today. I do want to read the Word with my wife this morning. I also want to write some. I'm a little behind on my writing the Word, and the camera just shut itself off again. I don't know what's going on with this thing, man. I literally did all this stuff so it stopped shutting itself down, and then it still shuts itself down. So don't know what. I really don't, but it's back. Right. Yeah, so I'll write some of that, and then I'll also record the next chapter. But I'm not going to do much today because Saturday. So with that, thanks for joining, Rose. It's cool to see you every week. Going to put one more and stop leveling up endurance. and then I'm going to check out. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be here at 5:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and we'll be going through Hebrews chapter 12. I'm also thinking about switching over to Ark Raiders for a bit, so we'll see if we do that. I'm not sure yet. But with that, have a good day. Rose, good to see you. Thanks for joining, and I'll be here tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.